Hey guys, today I'm going to be covering the Azuma, a boat that I feel should be buffed in terms of dispersion, as it has both battleship dispersion and cruiser dispersion, and considering it has this 26-second base reload, it could really use this. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to say it should be made in tier 6. Anyway, so I'm running aiming systems, propulsion, concealment mod, and main battery because of that 26-second reload needs to be cut down. As commander, because I like to play, I like the damage output in the cruisers. Arsonist, of course, gets the best choice here. Sponge to help negate the Arsonist perk. Downside. Aiming for more accuracy, as I mentioned at the start. Accuracy is awful. Refill station to help with that reload, and also can be more range when an ally is close by. Norman Scott to help with the accuracy, and Kuznetsov to help with the range. This boat does not survive very well, especially when it's against 16-inch guns, or any form of high explosive damage at all. As you can see, that's a high explosive chance, 35%. You'd think this would do a lot of damage to destroyers, but for 4 shell hits, 6,500, it's not that great actually. I must highlight that it does not do well against destroyers. It will kill them, but you may require 3 salvos at best. Maybe 3 salvos or 4. Look, you see this here. I hit that thing of nearly 8 shells and he's not dead. I did about 10k damage to him, and you know, tier 7 cruisers, tier 7 destroyers have usually around about 18 to 20, you know? So I just want to highlight that this thing, even though it has these shells, because of the lacking of dispersion and massive reload, it does not deal with destroyers very comfortably. So I thought I'd show this battle. It's not a massive damage game, but it's more of a experience / interesting game. I actually have the damage record in this Azuma, but I'm not going to feature that game until later on. Hopefully they'll give it a buff, but considering, we'll see. This boat's accuracy is very abysmal. It's not the Alaska accurate. Alaska's relatively accurate. It has battle cruiser dispersion, and that's perfectly fine for the Alaska to have that. Same thing for the Zuma. It's perfectly fine for the Zuma to have battle cruiser dispersion, but because of this massive reload, with the main battery booster mod, you have 21 point something seconds reload with my current build, with the refill station and Attico Legendary 3. So even with this, the reload is blisteringly slow. It's slower than some battleships. The Odin, on the other hand, as you look at it there, same 305, 310. Is it? No, I don't think the Odin could be 3 or 5. I'm forgetting. Very similar caliber gun, but the one's got a shorter reload, and arguably it's just a better gun. The HE in this thing is better, yes, but it's the same base as the Alaska. The only thing that makes this boat special, shall I say, is the fact that it has 27mm plating everywhere. So ships like the Bismarck, if you angle correctly, or even bow tank, mean nothing unless they shoot HE. And you have the same guns as the Alaska, but with the better HE focus. That's about it. You don't have the same reload as the Alaska, but you have the same base fire chance. Essentially, you're being balanced in accordance to the Attico commander, which is really not something you should do. Not everyone has the Attico commander, and I don't feel we should be judged according to that. Trying to get a fire on this Nelson at the minute, because he just took a butt ton of torpedoes. Kinda surprised he lived that, but unfortunately he's gone dark, which is very smart for him. And we're just trying to see what we can shoot at. Okay, got the Bismarck showing up again. I fired 3 salvos, by the way, and I only hit 2 shells. This is the dispersion. This is with Norman Scott buffing it, by the way. I must highlight that. There we go. 4 shells out of, the 9. So still under 50% for a battle cruiser, which is a bit of, still a little bit underwhelming, I think. This is buffed, by the way. Everything I could buff the dispersion with, I've buffed it, and I have a relatively high level commander. 2 shells, 4 shells again. No, it's not bad. Another wee fire on this guy, so he's burning nicely, which is nice. Trying to see what I could do. Notice I am very far back. I'm playing this passively because you have to play this passively. If you see anything with 16-inch guns like that Nelson, you can. It doesn't matter what you do. You can angle. It's not going to save you. You have to dodge the shells. And considering you're the same length as a Yamato, you cannot dodge effectively from closer ranges. You have to be very far away and hope that other targets in your team will be more squishy, a bit more easier to kill. It's a very selfish boat. You have to play it this way because if you don't, you're not going to get anything out of it. It's upsetting you have to play it this way. If you had a bit more accuracy, then maybe you could be a bit more aggressive, but this boat against 16-inch guns does absolute. It's just a absolute play toy. Any shells just come through you like butter because every part of the ship is 27 from the looks of it, and yeah, you can see. I'm waiting to angle against that turpits, but I want to get my salvo off first because the guns turn abysmally slow. Probably slower than a battleship from the feels of it, at least. Alright, let's see if we can map up that. The HE alpha is not bad. Most of my damage so far has come from the HE alpha, not from natural fires. And these are good caliber guns. They're nice when they hit. You can also pen 51mm of armor, which is quite nice because usually battleships will not have that armor scheme anywhere particular unless it's like the Citadel or particular like maybe Russian boats. Even then 50mm is scarce, so you should be able to pen comfortably everything you want to pen. But you know, there's exceptions. Some places are 50mm. Like for example, there's a part on that Cleveland there that shattered 51mm penning. And you know, at that particular point in that Cleveland, he was giving me broadside. I probably would be better to switch to AP, but the reload is so long. In order to really use your AP, a target has to be broadside to you for more than 20 seconds. Because 21 seconds is a reload, so you have high explosive load as a default. You switch, and that's 21 seconds. Then you get the shell times. Let's see, he's 11 kilometers away, so shell arc takes 22 seconds. Sorry, 9 seconds for the shells to reach the Bismarck. So let's just say about 5 seconds maybe for the shells to reach to Cleveland. So that's 26 seconds for the Cleveland to stay broadside to you the whole time. So this is why I'm like, there's no reason to switch to AP unless the target's been giving you broadside for more than half a minute. So it's very lackluster using AP, unfortunately, just because of the massive reload. And I'm okay with the massive reload. It's one of the balancing factors of this boat. I'm just not okay with the pure accuracy or dispersion. So Bismarck down, I didn't really get a chance to start many fires on that guy. I could set a couple, but he didn't really let them tick. So I'm hoping I can find this Richelieu as my next target. I don't want to get anywhere, I want nothing to do with that Nelson. Though I do want to get this B cap. Because the only threat really that can hit me is that Richelieu. Like an angle gets Richelieu. So I'm going to do my best to light this Richelieu on fire and whittle him down while securing the B cap, hoping that Nelson doesn't get involved. If so, I'm looking at that island there. I'm not going to be able to hide behind it, but I can shelter myself a little bit from his shells. So that's my goal. I want to be careful about this, really careful. This thing does not turn very easily, and I'm really worried about that Nelson, so I'm just really slow approaching. That's I thought I'd slow down a little bit. So slow down a little bit, see what's going on. I'm confident now. I need to go for it because we need this cap. We do have a points lead, yes, but I think it could easily go down if we don't lose this cap. So alright. There we go. That's good amount of hits there and set of fire. Richly is 32mm everywhere, so this thing pens quite comfortably. We are even on ships, but they have 2 destroyers advantage over us, so cap control is going to be important. Again, apparently some points of Ritual, it must be the turret, I believe. I think he bounced off turrets quite a bit. For some odd reason I seem to hit them quite a bit. No idea why, but maybe it's just my shoddy aiming. I'm trying to angle against the Ritual, and I think I want to stay in the cap circle, but it's not working, so I'm like, ah, crap. So I've got to try and get this angle going. It handles more like a battleship than anything else. It's pretty quick though, I feel, in a straight line if you give it some speed, and even in reverse it goes like 21 knots in reverse, which is pretty considerable considering it's reverse. Notice these fires in Virtual are not actually set by me, they're set by someone else. I'm not really getting, my fire damage is not really getting much of a... Oh, it was the Odin that was burning him down, because the Odin's got a better fire rate than I do. Not a better fire chance, don't get me wrong. I have the best fire chance out of any cruiser, but because I lack the DPM of 21-second reload, I can be out DPM by any cruiser in the game, I think. In tier 7, and even some in tier 6, because of my lack of reload. 21 seconds is astonishingly long. Anyway, the Nelson seems to be pushing, but the Nelson's not a really fast ship, so I can, there we go, I can cap comfortably here because I know he's not going to be able to blisteringly fast close this gap between the island. Switch to AP because I think he's going to be giving me a broadside here, so it's my only hope I can use this AP. It looks like a Baltimore is joining him. I'm spotted, and they're not across the island yet, so it must be a destroyer. So I really should switch to HE, but I have AP loaded, so I need to use it, otherwise it's a waste of 21 seconds. So let's see what I can do. Nice, lovely. Sometimes AP is unreliable, but that time it was not. It's good to, you should try to use it if possible, but as I said, you need to have a target that gives you broadside for more than 30 seconds flat, which is insane, really. AP, had to switch to AP, had it reloaded, switched to HE, got the solar on, got the plate up, focused on the low health target first, because I can kill him faster. These are all relative one taps. Actually, I ended up going for the bigger target, more health target first for some odd reason. Killed him with that. He's got no health left on him. I've still got sonar running, so I can risk giving the Akatsuki a broadside, because I can see the torpedoes. With the back gun, use it across here. Try and dodge these torpedoes. Fortunately, I can dodge them. Switch to armor piercing, because the Nelson broadside could be pretty darn devastating. I could probably sit down with these guns. Careful not to beach myself. Now, this is a situation you probably do not want to be in this boat because of the horrendous turret traverse. I have to fire now because I could not fire otherwise. I was wanting to ram him, but I thought no, so I thought turn away. Because my back gun is completely out of the fight because I can't turn. Fortunately though, these secondaries managed to secure the kill, and that's my Kraken. That was a fun game and pretty good result. 106,000 with the Kraken, 10 fires, over 3,000 base XP. That's a very comfortable game, the Azuma, and that was with preferable matchmaking. Only one boat that had 16-inch guns in the enemy team was the Nelson. So yeah, I hope this helps, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.